Hey everyone, Dino with you here. As you can see, I'm sitting next to a PF-500 and a PF-115AG. In this video, we're going to take a quick look at some possible rock settings for your PF-500. Okay, so first thing I always do whenever I'm setting any kind of EQ on any type of an amplifier, especially when it's got a gain and master volume, is I always like to set the gain control so that I'm getting the most amount of signal into the amp without overdriving it. And the easiest thing to do with that is you adjust the gain control until that peak light just lights up, and then back it off some. Okay, so as you can see right here, the EQ is pretty much set flat, which is where we're going to start. And this is what the amp sounds like with it being flat. Now, me personally, I like to add a little bit of beef or a little bit of warmth to my sound. So by doing that, I'm just going to bring up the bass control a little bit. Everything else is still set flat. This gives me a nice big fat sound. Okay, now another way you can add some warmth or some beef to your sound is by engaging the ultra low. Now, by doing that, what happens is you're boosting the lows, but you're also scooping some of the mids out of your amplifier. So you hear some of the presence taken out of the overall tone. And that may work in a solo situation, but when you're competing against a wide open guitar amp and a drummer, some of that nice tone may be washed out by the rest of the band. So we're going to go back, we'll take the ultra low out, we'll bring the bass back to flat. We're going to add something that a lot of bass players neglect to do, and that's a mid-range. So remember, we've got a 5-position frequency selector switch that we can select a very specific frequency and its surrounding frequencies, and then we can cut or boost it. So like right now, I've got 800 hertz selected. Okay, now another thing we're going to do, I'm going to set the EQ flat again. And here's another setting that you guys can check out, and this is a lot of fun too. If you bring the gain all the way up, you'll add some dirt to your sound. Now, that might be a little too fuzzy, so I'm going to back the gain off a little bit. Now keep in mind, anytime you add any EQ to your sound, whether it's bass, middle, or treble, you're also adding gain as well. So that's why I'm starting off with everything flat here. And I can also bring the compression up, and that'll smooth out the sound a little bit too. And for you pick players, I'm going to apologize for my pick playing right off the front. So I hope this gives you some insight on some possible rock settings for your PF-500. And like I said, these are merely suggestions. These are starting points for you to begin with. You may already have a rock setting that works absolutely perfectly fine for your particular playing style and the type of music that you're trying to cover. That's totally cool. And also keep in mind that these settings don't necessarily have to just be for rock. The particular setting that I started off with and I finished with here, with everything set flat and the bass at about 3 o'clock, that's pretty much a general setting for any amp that I use, particularly the PF-500. I just like that setting for just about any style of music, so it's not just for rock. I hope this gives you some insight on how the PF-500 sounds, and please check out some of my other tone setting videos on the PF-500.